How are we going? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look around this absolutely awesome Pinzgauer 716. So let's get into it. There has been some footage floating around on other people's social media regarding this vehicle. If you haven't already, then check out the Bug Out Vehicles YouTube channel. I'll leave a link down below in the description to his channel, so you can check out what we did on a video day with him, showing him around the vehicle build. I just wanted to touch base for those who haven't seen it to show you some more in-depth stuff on the Pinzgauer. There's a few things that we've done differently. And without further ado, let's take a look around this absolutely awesome bit of kit. So this car has had a full respray in the Toyota Land Cruiser Sandy Taupe. I have to say, as far as colour choices go, I was on the fence with it, but now seeing it in person, I think you can agree it looks absolutely stunning. The car came to us and it had a rag top on it, so we've done a cab chop. We removed the upper half of the cab. We've built a internal structure, so there's a roll cage, so to speak, on the inside to give it some strength. We've then clad it with 5000 series 3mm aluminium. I did a gutter rail so you don't get wet getting in and out. The other thing as well is we want it to look factory. I think you'll agree we've achieved that. It looks really like it was built from Pinzgauer like this. Thing that we've done as well, we've changed the piece of timber that was on the side and we've made these ourselves. This is all 3mm aluminium, and then we've added the cargo rail to the side, so your attachments like your table or anything like that can go on there. We've had the wheels repowder coated in black as well, because the car originally came to us and it was green. I'm pretty sure you'll agree the black and the sandy, as I've just said, it really works. The whole car's had a strip down as well. We've removed things like the front bumper / light guards, the hitch on the front and various things like that, and we've had all them powder coated black as well at the same time. The other thing as well we've had to do is build the snorkel. There was a panel that bolted to the side as like a snorkel head, so we've had to manufacture this. That's all made from 3mm stainless and then powder coated black as well to blend in with the rest of it. What you can see there is a false panel, so behind that is the fuel tank. That's just there for aesthetics and to give it that factory look again. We've also incorporated another aluminium panel on the front, and that's to make the rest of the fuel tank covered, and yet again, when we look at the other side, you'll see it's to blend in with that. This is one of our canopies, exactly the same as all the rest of we build our canopies. If you want to see more on our canopy builds, there is a build blog on a Nissan Patrol that we did, so you can see how we build them from start to finish. But I'll just quickly show you what we've done with this one. So ultimately, these are the biggest doors that we've made to date and the biggest canopy we've made to date. Inside here, we've got our adjustable mounting system. So what that means is you don't have to drill any holes to mount things like your drawers or your cargo rack. We've put all that in place for you. We build all the drawers and cargo shelves and things like that to exactly whatever the customer wants. And if that's something that you would like, then we would tailor make it to your needs. The other thing as well is the storage boxes. This makes a really good use of dead space. So these are all made from 3mm aluminium. The reason that we've made these drop down to the floor without a lanyard is because if it was stuck out like this, there's a chance of it getting caught, getting damaged. So we've allowed these to drop down to the floor. We can add lanyards. Depending on the size of the door and its position, we could make them lift up, lift down, whatever it may be. On this particular car as well, we've also made a straight through stainless exhaust as the customer had liked us to do. So that's another thing that we do as well. We also make exhausts. Pretty sure, same again, if you look back through some of our older videos, you'll see a build of exhaust manifolds and things like that. And on my particular car behind, there's lots of footage on exhausts of that. So if that's something you want to check out, go back and look at some of our other videos. Same again on the rear, another decent sized storage box. And then come with me and have a look at this. This is by far the biggest drawer we've ever made in a tray back build so far. Check this one out. This could even have actually been a touch bigger. This is an absolutely whopping 5 foot long. I mean, the storage capabilities for the stuff that you can get in there is just second to none. The type of stuff that we would throw in here in my own particular car: starter motor, auxiliary drive belts, spare UJs, that type of stuff. Things that are tools, you don't need them every day, you don't need them all the time. So that's the type of stuff we'd put in there. It's same again, it's down to customer preference really. That's the type of thing that I personally put in there. But to be totally honest, you know, it's down to you. You could put your clothes in there if you really wanted. It's fully sealed. There's 2 types of seal on this. It's actually in an enclosed area inside the tray. So the water has got to get into where the drawer is stored, and then it's got to get into the drawer. All of the bolts are fully sealed and all of the hinges are fully sealed as well. And then we have a double return fold on the top of the drawer. I've just closed that, so I'll open it again. So you can see there we've got a double return fold. What that means is for the water to get in, it's got to go uphill. And let's be honest, water does not go uphill. This is the same as all of our builds. It locks out, so what that means is it won't shut on your fingers if you were parked down a hill. So there's a locking system on the inside and you've just got to give it an extra push. And what that does is it just stops it slamming shut if you are parked on uneven ground. The other thing as well we've got in the back here is a decent storage area. That is firewood or anything like that, your wet stuff. He's also gone for the universal mounts. So with the universal mounts, the thing with them is we can then bolt any attachment to the back of it. Jerry can holders, spare wheel mounts, that type of stuff. These are all 3mm aluminium with stainless steel hardware. We put the strips on the top that just protects the top if you're strapping or throwing things over. We want the car to be looking good in, you know, years to come, so we do things like this to protect the paint as best we can. And stainless steel hardware throughout, because we live in the UK, you know, you're going to be using this in winter, and what that means is, you know, we don't want it to rust. The other thing as well that we've got on the back, same with all of our builds, same type of lights. These are all LED, so there's no chance of bulbs blowing. They're a really good quality LED. These are a steady reverse light. We buy them from Steady UK and we found them to be absolutely fantastic. One of the big things about the vehicle's use, or its intended use, is it's going to be going places where you want as much visibility as you can. So the reverse light's being really bright and low down as well. It just casts a nice light area on the back of anything to where you're reversing, and they're really fantastic. Same again, LED number plate lights, and with this particular car we've actually gone with a pressed steel number plate, and the reason for that is to keep it, you know, looking that military way. On this side, yet again, we've got more storage than you can shake a stick at. So in here we've got the battery box. There originally was a battery box on the original vehicle, so we built this box to hold the batteries. The other thing as well that we've done, we've had a little bit of a storage space addition to the front, so you can mount something like a compressor, ARB compressor, a set of jump leads, an Anderson plug connector or something like that. So just a little bit bigger to house the batteries, plus a little bit of some attachments at the front as well. These are all the same 3mm aluminium 5000 series, which is a marine grade. It's high magnesium content, which means it's heavily corrosion resistant. It's the same material used in the manufacturing of boat hulls. The other thing as well is it's got really good strength as well. So it's not only corrosion resistant, it's really strong. We use a bolt-on nylon hinge everywhere. They all have stainless steel hardware and stainless steel pins. So yet again, sticking with, you know, we don't want things to start rusting. We don't want stuff to start looking old and tatty. And we also want it to work in years to come. All of the locks are lockable as well, and these are a compression lock. So what that means is, as you close the door, it pulls in with a secondary, so it just pulls nicely on the seals to keep them nice and tight. This vehicle has gone under some extensive changes with regards to the body itself. So we've actually had to cut the body to manufacture certain things to get the tray on. That was quite a tricky thing. Usually we would be supplied with a Japanese pickup or something without a back. Obviously the shop truck behind me, that's undergone some extensive surgery. So what this shows is the type of things that we can do. You know, we don't just build trays and canopies. If there's a specific vehicle that you want us to build, you know, we can estimate for that, and we can undertake that type of work as well. All of the mudguards are the same. So these mudguards are exactly the same profile as the mudguards on my particular vehicle. So with them being CNC cut in-house, what that means is if you break anything or damage anything, you know, it's a case of make a phone call. Hello, I've broke the lid off my front box, I've broke the rear box, a new wheel arch. Everything's CAD designed, so it's a simple case of, you know, we can make you another one. The other thing as well that we do is we add stainless steel wear strips to places where there's going to be traffic. So on the side of here, we've put a stainless steel wear strip, so when you take your canopy on and off, it's not going to get damaged. It protects the powder underneath, but also, you know, stuff goes over the top of it as well, not just taking the canopy off. We're always thinking about the longevity of the vehicle and trying to make it look good. Same again with regards to the corner mounts. The corner mounts are removable, so if you get them damaged, it's just a case of unbolt them. We can get them repowder coated. The doors are the same, they're all 5000 series aluminium, so everything that is here is all as light as it can be and as strong as it can be. The other thing as well that we do is we fully strip everything down, so when we send the vehicle to get painted and the parts that get coated, you can see that this is a different colour. All of the parts that bolt to it are sent away individually. We can do them the same colour if you want them the same colour. So what we do is we fully strip everything down. We do what's known as a dry build, and then we do a wet build. So basically what that means is every single surface that you see has got a coat of paint on. In between each one of these bolts, there's a layer of paint. So if you look at a Land Rover where the pot rivets are on the side of the vehicle, what you'll see after time, the white lines that run down, you're not going to get that with this, because everywhere where there's a bolt head, there's paint underneath. But the other thing as well that we do is we seal it underneath all of them. What that does is it's keeping the water out, but it's also acting as a protective membrane between the paint and the bolt head. And if there's a chance where you've gone through the paint and the bolt is touching the aluminium beneath, there's that polyurethane protection between the two to prevent electrolytic reaction. Electrolytic reaction is where you've got two dissimilar metals touching each other, so stainless steel and aluminium. They will react together and they will cause corrosion. By using something to inert that reaction, what that does is it prolongs the life of the aluminium, so it'll last and be looking good in the next 10 years. Well, that was just a little bit of a short video there on the Pinzgauer. I'm absolutely blown away by the fantastic comments that we got from the Bug Out Vehicles video. These things take a long time to build, and I'm really glad that Alex, the customer, worked with us with his wants and our designs, and together I think we've come out with a really fantastic looking vehicle and something that I cannot wait to see in use. The Pinzgauer platform is absolutely fantastic, and its off-road capabilities are simply mind-blowing. It was a little bit of a rushed video today because the car's leaving tomorrow and I hadn't done it, so I thought let's get it done, and I want to show you guys. And I'm grateful for all the people that follow us, and everybody's been sort of prodding us saying, you know, I want to see it. So this one's for you, the guys that have asked for this. If you want to have a car built like this, if you want a tray back conversion, an exhaust making, or any bespoke fabrication, drop us an email. We do have a generic price list that we send out with regards to the tray builds, and we can forward that over to you. Just drop us an email and we'll get that price list sent over. If you've liked the video, hit like, subscribe. You know how it works. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and all that, whatever. If you have some comments on things that you would have done differently, you know, if you say, oh, well, I would have done this, and, you know, I'd like that, and I've got a Pinzgauer, I'd like this, you know, is that something you can do? Drop us a message, let us know. We're always really keen to hear feedback. You know, we learn from when you tell us things, so, you know, 100%, we really want to hear back from you and let us know what you would do differently and, you know, why you would do it differently. So, you know, feel free to drop as many comments down below as you like. I like to read them, so feel free. We'll have a look through and we'll respond to them. Well, that's it from me, Dom at K2. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.